Hello Pokemon trainers! Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarLeague TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium Singles ladder. Today we have another brand new team here, and as you'll probably notice, there's some weird ones on the team. So let's get right to talking about it. I built this team, it's a lot of fun, it was doing pretty well for me in testing, so let's kind of see how it goes. So we'll just kind of like breeze through the first couple of Pokemon because they're pretty self-explanatory. We've got Ting Lu, really just there to set up Stealth Rock. It's extremely bulky, it can survive hits from almost anything, get up Stealth Rock and just be annoying with Whirlwind, Ruination, etc. So it's pretty standard, I've used it in the past. Then we have Salamence, which is, I think I've used this set before, it's bulky Dragon Dance. It has like max attack and then a lot of HP investment. I think it has just enough speed investment to outspeed like Chien-Pao or Flutter Mane after one Dragon Dance. And of course with Intimidate, that really helps it against Pokemon. And its typing's really good. So I've also used this Pokemon in the past, so I don't need to explain too much, but I love Salamence. If you couldn't tell, I use it a lot. Probably, you know, unsuccessfully, but it's fun. Then we have the weirdest Pokemon on the team, and arguably the cutest. We have Vileplume. I don't know what came over me, but I was kind of just looking through Pokemon. I was just looking through the list of Pokemon that are legal here. And Vileplume just stood out to me, and I was like, oh, this is something I like. I don't know what caught my eye, but then I really dug into it and looked at its stats and everything, looked at the moves it has and everything, and it has Effect Spore. Now, let's just be upfront right here. I think in a lot of cases Vileplume is inferior to Amoonguss, but I still think that Vileplume has a couple of things that Amoonguss does not have, which make it potentially viable even though Amoonguss exists. I don't want to say it's viable over Amoonguss, but the number one thing there, which is the first move on its move pool there, is Strength Sap. That is a move that Amoonguss does not have access to, and Vileplume actually has a really solid typing in this meta. It resists water, and it resists Urshifu's attacks. It also resists a lot of Flutter Mane's attacks as well. Sure, Chien-Pao exists, you know, stuff like that, but its typing is pretty solid in the meta, I would say. And Strength Sap is there against physical attackers. It's a really weird move. It was introduced a few generations ago, and I've always found it to be extremely annoying to play against. So we're going to be the annoying ones today. What it does is I think it lowers the enemy's attack stat by one stage, and then it heals you equal to their attack stat. Or the other way around, it either heals you equal to their attack stat first, and then lowers it, or the other way around. I don't exactly remember, because that could matter. So for example, if you have something like, what would be a good example here? I think Chien-Pao with an Adamant Nature has like 200 something attack. So if you use Strength Sap against Chien-Pao, you heal 200 HP, which is a lot. That's almost your full health bar, and you lower their attack. So it's like you're healing yourself and you're lowering their attack stat, so it makes it harder for them to damage you. And that's great against Dragonite too. Dragonite also has a really high attack stat, which I believe is about like 200 or so. So against physical attackers, obviously this is a great move to use. And with my typing, again, that just makes it really good. So I have max HP and max defense on this Vileplume, so he's a bulky boy. And we've got Tera Fairy both for defensive purposes and also because we have Moonblast, which can hit decently hard. I mean, Vileplume's special attack stat is actually decent, but with no investment, it's not like the craziest thing. Finally, we have Acid Spray in that final slot. I was testing with Energy Ball, but I just wanted to try out Acid Spray in all honesty. We also have Toxic, which is pretty self-explanatory, and then Rocky Helmet just to further, you know, inflict pain on Pokemon who would try to hit us. Also Effect Spore, which I didn't talk too much about. It has a 30% chance to status the opponent if they make physical contact. So yet another reason why this is good against physical attackers. It could either put them to sleep, poison them, or paralyze them, all of which are really good. So this has potential to be really strong. It also has potential to be an absolute flop. Then we have another interesting set. This is Suicune. I don't think Suicune's like super interesting by itself because it typically just does one thing, which is what you see here. It's a Calm Mind Pokemon. It's extremely tanky from the physical and special side, and once you set up some Calm Minds, it's really strong. We also have Scald, which, sure, there's a good amount of Pokemon that resist it, but the big deal with Scald is that it burns. So even though Pokemon like Urshifu and Dragonite resist Scald, if we can burn them, we are just going to put them, basically get to the point where we can kill them, right? Because then they're not going to be doing much damage to us, and we can just Calm Mind to continue to boost our special attack and continue to do more damage. So yeah, Suicune has been very good. We have Protect and Substitute with leftovers, which is extremely annoying for a lot of Pokemon to deal with. We also have a Terra Grass type, which I think complements Suicune's water typing really well, because water is already just a really, really good defensive typing. And so if we ever have something that's going to do a lot of damage to us, we can just Terastallize for defensive purposes. Then we have Archaludon, which is the set that I used in one of my previous videos. It's really good. It's really tanky. It's with Power Herb, so it hits really hard. And I think I'm running max speed and max special attack, so it's pretty interesting. Finally, we have Ceruledge. If I'm being honest, I don't remember exactly why I added Ceruledge on this team, but I've been really liking it. It has Focus Sash, so it's always guaranteed to survive a hit, and then we can do massive damage with Bitter Blade or Poltergeist. We also have Shadow Sneak. Terra Normal is there. There's a lot of good Terra type options for Ceruledge. I have Weak Armor as my ability, so I think Normal is fine. Weak Armor, of course, means that when I get hit by a move, my defense gets lowered. I think it's only when I get hit by a physical move. Defense gets lowered and my speed gets boosted by 2 stages. So against physical attackers, we can survive a hit from them, get off massive damage, also boost our speed, and then the following turn we can outspeed them. So yeah, this is the team. I know it looks really interesting, really weird, but it's a lot of fun. So there's the team code if you want to try it out, and let's see how it does. We have a game number 1. My opponent honestly doesn't have that many physical attackers, which means that sadly we might not be bringing our little guy here. Little girl. That sounds weird. By the way, I found it with the scholar mark, so she's an intellectual. Alright, so I decided to bring Ceruledge, Archaludon, and my Suicune here. Tinglu's very good, but I always feel like it's an obvious lead, so I think Ceruledge is a good start here. It can survive any hit from any of their Pokemon and do a lot of damage to them in return. I guess Dragonite would be a rough one to face off against first, but I think that's fine. And then Suicune's there in the back just to tank physical hits and special hits if I can set up a Calm Mind. And behind a sub, it's going to be in a really good position. One thing to worry about as Suicune is if their Ursaluna has Hyper Voice, which often it does. Hyper Voice is a sound-based move, and sound-based moves always hit through substitutes. So I need to keep that in mind if they do bring Ursaluna, which, why wouldn't they? It's an amazing Pokemon. Let's go see what happens first. They lead Bundle. Interesting. Oh, and I have the rare or the Destiny mark on my Ceruledge, which is really awesome. Alright, so they get that booster energy, unsurprising. So I don't think I'm ever going to outspeed them. Poltergeist, actually, very importantly, Poltergeist now does nothing against them. So that is a good thing that I caught that. Although I was going to go for Bitter Blade anyway. I'm just going to click Bitter Blade here. I don't think it's going to do that much damage. However, they do end up substituting. So maybe they expected me to like Swords Dance or something. But I think at this point, I think I'm just going to spam Bitter Blade until they do something. I imagine they were going for Substitute and they were probably going to Encore right after that. Like assuming that I would go for like Swords Dance or something, but I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to keep spamming Bitter Blade, force them to attack me, and if they do attack me, then we get off a lot of damage on them. The fact that they went for Substitute already actually helps me out because it does a little bit of extra damage to them. So I'm just not going to fall for that Encore trap. And hey, if they switch, that's amazing. Okay, they Hydro Pump, which is great for them. Of course, we do survive, and then we're going to get off massive damage with the Bitter Blade. We're also going to recover some health, which is pretty awesome. I don't know how much this is going to do. It does a lot. Okay, I love that. I'm not certain a Shadow Sneak will kill. We don't get very much recovery there. I don't think Iron Bundle's defense stat is, or sorry, HP stat is very high. This might kill. I'm not certain it will. But if they do switch, this is great because the 2 Pokemon they have that are immune to Shadow Sneak are slower than me, so if they switch into Ursaluna or Porygon, we just follow up with the Bitter Blade, so this is just a great start for me. Yeah, awesome, we get that kill. Ceruledge is great, like... Ceruledge and Armarouge are both amazing. Like, the designs are so sick, and they're both just really strong, so... Like, I mean, they're not, like, insanely strong, but, like, if you use them to their advantages, they can be very good. I've been swept by a couple Ceruledges in my day. They go into Ogerpon here, no surprise. Now, interestingly enough, they have not seen my weak armor, so they might still assume that I have Flash Fire, which means they might not go for, well, I guess they wouldn't go for a fire move anyway. I mean, altogether, Ogerpon is an interesting switch here because I resist both of their stab, so they must have something like Knockoff or Rock Tomb. Just gonna go for the safe Shadow Sneak. I'm tempted to click like Poltergeist or even possibly Bitter Blade. I guess Poltergeist would have been better there. I was tempted to click that just in case they like over-predict or something, but I think we're fine here. I mean, Shadow Sneak's gonna get off some damage on them. They're Terrassalizing, which is pretty scary. Though honestly, this makes me feel a little bit better about the battle because they're burning their Terra already, and we're getting a little bit of damage on them. Okay, they go Cudgel. They didn't see weak armor, right? That's pretty surprising to me. I feel like if I had weak armor, because I guess another thing is the Fire Ogerpon does have Mold Breaker. However, when they Terrastallize, they lose it. So if they were banking on their Mold Breaker there, it's not great. This is a really funny situation now. This is actually interesting. We could go into Suicune. They are at +1 attack, so we could go for... What do we do? Because they could go for Horn Leech. We could Terra, predicting that, and then resist it, but then the following turn they just get to go for Ivy Cudgel. We could also go into Arch, and we would not Terrastallize in that case. I think we would survive. Oh man, this is actually... I mean, I am a Suicune, right? What do I do, everyone? Scald is going to be super effective. I kind of feel like I Terrastallize so they get less recovery with the Horn Leech. But then obviously the Ivy Cudgel is going to do massive damage on the follow-up turn. I'm pretty sure I can survive a Horn Leech. It's actually pretty bad. Another thing I could do, which is really risky, I'm going to do it. We're going to play super risky here. I'm going to switch into Arch, predicting the Horn Leech, which I 4 times resist, and this will boost my defense. And then if they go for Ivy Cudgel the next turn, we're a little more likely to survive it. This might be really bad. Yeah, that does a little bit of damage. We get the stamina boost. And I'm just going to click Electro Shot here. There's no reason to Terra because we have Terra Fairy, which takes neutral damage from Ivy Cudgel, just like my Steel and Dragon typing. So it doesn't change it. It doesn't change the damage. Do we survive? Do we survive? We got a defense boost. Come on, Archelodon! Oh yes! All right, that's awesome. Now obviously we're not going to survive a subsequent hit, but hopefully this knocks them out. I'm not certain it will. But we get a good spin, like if they kill us here, if they survive and then kill us, we get to go into Suicune. They are not aware of our Terra type, so we might be able to catch them off guard. Or we just kill them. All right, we'll take that. Okay, awesome. These Pokemon are great. And now they're down to their last Pokemon. This game is absolutely still losable, but I do feel like I'm in a pretty solid position, pretty good position. I like that play that I made there, though, predicting that. Okay, it's this thing. Why wouldn't it be? So they've used their Terra. I mean, there's no way we survive anything from Flutter Mane. I'm gonna click Flash Cannon just in case they get a little cocky and like Calm Mind or something weird. But yeah, sorry, Arch. We did not see Booster Energy. They do not have Booster Energy, so there's a lot of things that could mean. What do I do here? I'm just gonna Calm Mind first. I don't think we need to Terra. Okay, they have Moonblast, which is honestly a little rough because it could possibly lower our special attack. Huh. This is actually, I don't know if we're gonna win this. I don't think we can win. We're gonna recover some health with leftovers, and then I am about to protect here, which will recover a little bit more. But I don't think we just have, I just don't think we have enough recovery to, like, obviously, I think we survived this next Moonblast, but then do we survive the third? I doubt it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think this will take effect either, but we do have pressure, which is eating up their PP. Wait, that sounds really weird. We do have pressure, which is eating away at their power points for their move. I'm at +1 special attack. If we burn them, honestly, I don't know if it really changes much. I'm gonna go for a Scald just in case we like crit or something, but this is gonna be a rough situation for us. Yeah. Wonder what their item is. We have to hope for like the double protect. We didn't burn them. If we had burned them, that would help us a lot as well. I know we're being annoying here. That's what Suicune does. Once again, we're losing to Fluttermane. Everyone, if you're building teams, make sure you have an answer to Fluttermane. Do I have an answer to Fluttermane on this team? Honestly, not really. I mean, I guess Ceruledge kind of. We have to hope for the double protect, which is not ever a strategy you want to go for. I guess Ceruledge is kind of our main Fluttermane answer, so I think you want more than one Fluttermane answer. Yeah, we're gonna go for the double protect. It's all we have. All right, there we go. That's fine. That's fine. You know, it's Fluttermane. I think the battle was going really well, right? And that just goes to show like Suicune's really good and really strong, but you need to kind of switch it into something that it can take, that it can tank hits from, and then like set up. Like if Fluttermane switches into you and you're at pretty good health with Suicune and you're at +1 special attack and special defense already, then you're good to go against Fluttermane. But if you have to go like that, where you don't have any boosts, it's painful. But that was a good game. I think it showcased a lot of the cool Pokemon on the team. So let's get to game 2. Game number 2. My opponent's team is very interesting. They have a lot of Pokemon that you don't normally see, which is great. They have Thundurus, they have Kleavor, Hydrapple, which is cool, and Walking Wake. I like Vileplume here. I never thought I'd say that. Vileplume's typing seems pretty solid. I guess I'd be worried if they lead with Gouging Fire. Like, I guess I'm thinking of leading with Vileplume. They could probably lead Kleavor, though. I feel like they're gonna lead Kleavor. In which case, maybe I lead Arch. Arch is pretty good against their whole team, really. I mean, they don't have too many things that are, like, super effective against it. And I do like Vileplume. I'm gonna bring Vileplume. I'm gonna force it here, and then let's just bring a good Pokemon as the last one. Kleavor, Thundurus, Urshifu. Gouging, I think Gouging Fire could be a problem. Do I just bring Salamence? If I bring Salamence, I feel like Walking Wake is a problem. So I think Suicune looks decent here. If I bring Suicune, then Thundurus is a problem. No, well, Suicune has a Terra Grass, so if they bring Thundurus, I could just do that. Let's find out how this goes. I mean, Salamence is good. I just feel like it's pretty likely they lead Kleavor. I've used Kleavor in the past. I do like it. Maybe I'll bring it back on another team. Let's see what happens here. They lead Hydrapple. Cool. And I led with Arch, which I think is fine. I think I'm just going to start with a Dragon Pulse because it's super effective. If we get their Terra right away, that's also fine by me. And if they... like, there aren't too many moves that they could go for that would really scare me here. So let's see how much this does. This does a lot. And very importantly, we are faster than them. However, they do have Yawn, which I do not like. So they're probably like tanky. I don't want to be put to sleep. So I think I have to switch here. Switching into Vileplume. Let's see if Vileplume can do some work in this battle. Vileplume the Scholar. I love that. Look how cute that is. She is well read. They go Recover. I do have Acid Spray, which I think I'm just gonna go for. Just makes it easier for my Pokemon to take it on, and I'm still faster than them. That's good to know. They're probably gonna Yawn again. Oh, that's weird. That's a weird set. Recover, Yawn, and Eject Pack. Okay. Well, I'm happy about that because it means they're not yawning me. I guess Hydrapple is really slow. Look how cool, look how cute she's like bouncing. Vileplume's cool. I think it's a fun one. They go into Gouging Fire. Do I stay in? I feel like it's pretty likely they might, Dragon Dance? Oh my god, what am I doing? We're committing to the Vileplume bit. I'm Toxicking first because I feel like if they Dragon Dance and I go for Strength Sap, it might not work. I still don't know exactly how Strength Sap works. I'm just worried like if I'm at full health, if Strength Sap maybe won't work. Let's see how this goes. Look at that. How cool. They do Dragon Dance, but I went for Toxic. I mean, I could have gone Strength Sap, but like I said, I was worried it wouldn't work. And also I still, like, I guess you could make the argument I didn't need to Terrasilize here, but I just wanted to be safe, because if I didn't Terrasilize here, you know, that would be a big problem. I'm gonna Strength Sap now, hoping that they attack me. I mean, we should live a hit still. Oh my god, they're getting greedy. This better work. If this doesn't work, we're gonna be in big trouble. They're just gonna sweep through us. It does work. Perfect. Okay. All right, we're gonna start doing that. Well, I don't think I'm gonna spam it. What else can we do here? Oh no, this is scary. They're at +1 attack. Actually, I can just keep doing this. Yeah, okay, this kind of forces them to attack me, right? I was gonna say I could just keep doing this, and then with Toxic, we're just gonna keep whittling them down, and the recoil from Rocky Helmet. So look at that. Vileplume is taking on this giant dragon, dinosaur, whatever you want to call it. Look at that. We got full health. That's why Strength Sap is so broken. Yeah, this is just... I imagine it's really annoying for my opponent. Let's just go Moonblast here. Hopefully I don't regret that. I guess I should have just gone Strength Sap just to get that recovery. Yeah, that's still doing a lot of damage. We were pretty much guaranteed to kill them here, so I made a big mistake there. Well, actually, it doesn't matter, right? Because if they die here, then our move... Yeah, okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. Because our move wouldn't have gone off anyway because they fainted. Yeah. Alright, so we didn't make that misplay there, but we took on a Gouging Fire with this little plant, with this little flower. So that's all I needed for this video. Alright, everyone, wrap it up. We're done. Oh no. This was what I was worried about. Let's go Moonblast here. If they kill me, this is going to be painful. They just Volt Switch. Okay. That's actually really tough. Actually, that doesn't have to be the worst thing. I mean, they're going to have a Grass-type move. My hope is just that they Yawn me here, because I'm going to go into Suicune, and I'm going to substitute. Now, I mean, I guess it was still worth it to have Terrasilize with Vileplume, because it allowed us to survive the Gouging Fire. The Flare Blitz from the Gouging Fire. Because now I cannot Terrasilize. Now, what's it called? Thundurus is a huge threat. However, at the same time, maybe not so much, because I'm assuming their Thundurus is Choice. So they go Yawn here. Okay, this is good. So they have Yawn, they have Recover. They probably have a Grass-type move and or a Dragon-type move. So if we're Calm Minding here, we're gonna survive. We're likely to be able to survive like their Grass-type moves. If they don't have a Grass-type move, we're gonna be in a really good position here. Oh wow, of all the moves they have Leaf Storm. Okay, that makes sense with the eject pack. So luckily for me, their eject pack is gone, so they have to stay in here with the -2 special attack. And I'm just gonna substitute again, because if they Leaf Storm again, they might break my sub again, but it's less likely. It's more likely that, well, they'll get another special attack drop is what I'm trying to say here. So they're gonna go into Flutterous. They're gonna go into Thundurus now. And again, I'm assuming they're choiced. So I'm gonna protect here just for some recovery. But if they have like Nasty Plot, this could be really bad for me, but I'm still just gonna do it. If they have Nasty Plot, they could definitely win this game. So this might be a little greedy of me, but we're gonna see what happens here. They're probably not expecting the Protect. Okay, cool. They do go Thunderbolt. That makes me happy, because it means if I ever have to go into Archaludon, we can resist a hit from it. Thundurus doesn't have that many moves that can hit Archaludon really hard. I guess it does get Focus Blast, but we'll see if they're running that. Just gonna Scald now. Maybe I probably should have subbed again, but I guess it doesn't really matter, because they're faster than us, so no matter what, it's gonna kind of play out like this. See how much this does. Pretty good. Burn? Yes! Okay, that's great, that's great. We get the burn, and I'm gonna Protect now just to be extra annoying. And then I'm probably gonna switch into Arch. If they are choice, then they're gonna probably be forced to switch out. If they're not choice though, do I lose? That's actually the question. I think they are though. What do I do here? Do I actually wait? No, I'm gonna switch. I don't know. It's another case of like over predicting, because I was like thinking like if I stay in and die, then I go into Arch, they could just go into Hydrapple, let Hydrapple die, and then go back into Thundurus and lock themselves. Ooh, that does too much damage. Oh no, everyone. Oh no. Okay, Dragon Pulse. Please live, everyone! No! Oh god, alright, we might have lost now. Jeez. That does so much damage. They gotta be choice specs. In which case, we're not gonna survive. Oh man. Oh god. We do have pressure, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. That's why you gotta PP up all your moves, everyone. You never know when you're gonna run into an annoying Suicune player like me. Oh man, it's another one where it's coming down to the wire here, and we're just not delivering. I don't think I survive this. If I do survive this, it's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. I don't think it's worth it to try for the double Protect. Yeah, I'm dead. I imagine that was a roll with Archaludon. Like, I imagine there was a chance I could have survived 2 of those. So I guess, well, I still think I made the right play. It's just that my Pokemon weren't up for the task. Because, like, if I had stayed in with Suicune and let it die against Thundurus, then I go into Arch. And then I feel like if they make the smart play, all they need to do is switch out. I mean, as you saw there, they didn't even need to switch out. They could just spam Thunderbolt and kill me. But they might switch out, go to Hydrapple, let Hydrapple die, and then go back into Thundurus, and then they can hit me with like a neutral move, like maybe Dark Pulse, or even a super effective move like Focus Blast. And if they do that, then they're pretty much guaranteed to win. So I feel like I still had good reasoning for switching into Arch there, and I feel like that must have been a roll, right? I don't know if it's 100% of the time that they 2-hit KO me with Thunderbolt, so I don't know, I still think I made the plays that made the most sense given the situations. And again, with Vileplume, I did not end up misplaying because it didn't matter that I did not click Strength Sap again. Maybe earlier in the battle there was a couple things I could have done differently, but hey, that's how it turned out. We brought some weird Pokemon, my opponent brought some cool weird Pokemon, and we threw them at each other, and I lost. Let's do a game 3. Game 3, Vileplume. It looks okay here. They have a couple Pokemon that destroy it, like Salamence and Ogerpon, but everything else is pretty, like, we don't mind. Ursaluna's scary too. I'm gonna bring Vileplume. And, I mean, Suicune's solid against... Actually, Suicune's pretty good as well. I want to bring Suicune. And then I do think we want some damage. I kind of like Arch. Because Ursaluna's staring at me as a real threat. Also, maybe Ceruledge could be it. Maybe I bring Ceruledge. Also, I mean, Salamence. Salamence is good too, but they have 2 Intimidators. Salamence actually looks really solid here. If I can set up a Dragon Dance or 2. I think they're probably going to lead with Excadrill, which the funny thing is, I should not have dropped Energy Ball if that's the case. Do we ever lead Salamence? Let's go for it. If they lead with like Regidrago or something, we could just go right into like Suicune. I don't know. Interesting stuff. We'll see how this plays out. That was an interesting one where it's like, I'm not sure what to lead with. And I mean, I could be leading Ting-Lu. Maybe I should be leading Ting-Lu. I just like, whenever I see an opponent's team that also has potential to set up Stealth Rock, I'm like, okay, I want to lead with something that can like pressure them or like maybe stop them from setting up Stealth Rock. I don't know. But they lead Regidrago, which is really interesting. I'm going to go right into Vileplume and just see what happens here. They might Dragon Dance. Now, the thing about Regidrago is I think it could be either like physical or special or even mixed. It does not have a deep move pool at all. Like it has dragon moves, maybe some normal moves. And then at that point, your best hope is like terastallizing, which is what they're doing. That's a good sign, but we'll see what they terastallize into. They're not going to go they're not going to like fire blast me or anything like that because I was Salamence against them, but they go Terra Fairy. Let's see what they hit. They might go like Terra Blast here, which I'd be just fine with. They go Draco Meteor. Okay. Oh my god. Are they Choice Specs? What? Well, this gives me the opportunity to go into Suicune. My poor little Vileplume did not get to show off her scholarly appeal in these games. The last game was pretty good with her. I'm just gonna Calm Mind, whatever. They could switch off to a physical move now, but that Draco Meteor was scary. I mean, I guess also Regidrago's ability boosts the power of Dragon-type moves. They're staying in, and I'm faster than them. I wonder what they're going for here. I'm a little scared. If they just Draco Meteor again, it's over. Not exactly. Wow, what are they doing? Okay, I'll take this. I'm gonna get a little greedy and just sub here now, so that if they go into something else, we at least are behind a sub. And if they want to stay in, I'm perfectly fine with that. I think I should be able to survive a -4 Draco Meteor. This thing is hitting really hard though, so yeah, I think the sub was a good call. Although they still have that Regidrago in the back, so we gotta worry about that. They go into Excadrill here. It's always funny, like Excadrill's really strong, and it always looks like it has such a big presence, but then when you see it in battle, it's actually tiny. I mean, it is a mole, so that makes sense, but like, when you look at the Pokemon, like in artwork and stuff, and in images and stuff, it always looks like it's gonna be so much bigger than it ends up being. I think we can afford to Terra here, because they're probably gonna Earthquake. We're at +1. They've already terastallized, so that's good information. And importantly, we were able to see that our Suicune is faster than their Regidrago. So we know for a fact that our Pokemon are faster than it. So we can try to use that to our advantage, but it's hitting really hard, like I said. They go Earthquake, which we resist. Hopefully that keeps our sub. No, okay, damn. All right, so we Scald, which is good. Good, does good damage. I think I Protect now. I don't think there's a chance that they, I don't think there's a chance that they Swords Dance. They could, I mean, for all we know. But beyond Earthquake, Excadrill doesn't have that many moves. Like that many strong moves. I guess Iron Head's pretty good. They could go Iron Head here. Wow, they're switching. Hopefully they go back into Regidrago, because then I can just sub. Kind of like stall them out. They go into Salamence, okay. That's pretty good for them. They're probably going to Wing Beat. I think I just stay in. If they Wing Beat and kill me, it is what it is. And then I can go into my Salamence and just try to get the advantage on them. Because then I will be able to intimidate them. They missed the Hurricane, what? I'm happy with that. I'm at +1 special defense. I'm not sure it's gonna matter though. I am gonna Protect again though. I do like Special Salamence as well. That's another Pokemon that I think has a lot of potential. Funny fact, Salamence and Vileplume have the same special attack stat. So like people sometimes use special attacking Salamence and it's like, oh, its special attack is not that bad. And then with Vileplume, it's like, oh, you know, it has no good qualities about it, but it does. All right, we should be equipped to survive one. I don't think we ever Calm Mind. Wow, that is so lucky for me. I could have Calm Mind at this point. We're looking for a burn just to keep getting residual damage. Unfortunately, we're not getting it. Also, I feel a little more comfortable now because it's like if they happen to eventually kill my Suicune with their Salamence, then I go into my own Salamence, maybe get off a Dragon Dance, and after a Dragon Dance, I'm going to be really strong against their team. We might kill Regidrago with dual Wing Beat at that point. Oh, they actually reveal that they have Fire Blast too. Wow. I mean, well, Fire Blast is a little more accurate than Hurricane, so we might just die here. Yeah, I think we have to Scald again. I'm tempted to Calm Mind or even sub. At this point, we could have substituted and we would be in such a great position, but I wasn't expecting them to miss 2 times in a row. And their Life Orb, wow, that's great. Burn? Burn? All right, fine. I know I shouldn't be begging for a burn because they missed 2 in a row, so the Hax is, you know, on our side, kind of. This Protect was useless. I didn't need to go. There was no reason to go for this. Draco Meteor, really? Oh, they expected me to Protect. That's why they did that. Oh, because I have Pressure. So I guess there was some value in doing that, but my opponent read right through it, and they chose Draco Meteor instead. I think I'm in a good spot. Well, okay. I think I kind of regret Terastallizing Suicune. I'm trying to think if it was worth it. Because, well, they could be faster than my Salamence here. So they're at -2 special attack. I'm gonna just... They're probably faster than me, right? I'm gonna Dragon Dance. This might be the stupidest play in all of history. I'm faster than them, oh my god. Because I was thinking they might be faster than me, because I don't have that much speed investment, so it would make sense for a regular Salamence. Yes. For a regular Salamence to be faster if they have some speed investment, but clearly they don't. Or they don't have a lot of it. But if we hit this, then this will prove to be really valuable for us. No! Are you serious? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. That is, I guess you could say I deserve that. Oh my god. Even if you notice, like right before I used it, I checked the Dual Wing Beat description to check the accuracy. Oh my god. And I was like, oh, it's 90. Like obviously I was aware that there was a chance I could miss, but that's, maybe you could say that's karma. I'm not even mad. I'm just like, I'm just stunned. I am sad. I'm not mad. I'm not salty, but I'm sad. Alrighty. Interesting team by my opponent. They have, what's that one called? Sinistea, right? Poltegeist? Forgot which one is which. And then they have Enamorus, which you also don't see typically. Now, Sinistea, or I'm going to call it Sinistea. I'm probably wrong, right? Is it Poltegeist? I honestly don't remember. The T guy. We'll call him the T guy. I think it typically runs Focus Sash with Shell Smash, so it's a little bit of a sweeper. It does also have access to Strength Sap as well, though, so that could be a thing. Maybe I just bring my Ghost type with a Focus Sash. Although doing that means that they could lead with Ting Lu and get up some rocks. Maybe I lead with my own Ting Lu, but I don't love the Ting Lu versus Ting Lu showdown. I actually don't know what exactly I should do here. I might just have to like commit. Like I might just have to say like they're gonna get in their Ting Lu. They're going to, you know, set up those rocks. There's not really much I can do against that. So with that in mind, I think I like Salamence here as well. And then I want to bring Vileplume, but I don't think it's well positioned here. Maybe we'll go Dura or Archaludon. Given that there's a likelihood they can get up Stealth Rock, I don't like bringing Ceruledge in the back, and I don't want to lead with Ceruledge because of the Ting Lu. Again, I feel like it's pretty likely that they might lead with their Ting Lu. And so Ceruledge doesn't have a great matchup there. I mean, I guess I could Swords Dance, get off a lot of damage with a Bitter Blade before they Whirlwind, but meh. Either way, they actually lead with Enamorus, which is pretty interesting. They probably predicted my Ting Lu lead. It does lower their special attack, which is nice, because that means that I should be able to survive a Fairy-type move from them. I think I just go for Stealth Rock. They do have a few Pokemon on their team that are weak to it, so that's pretty nice. And then it breaks any potential Focus Sash. Like I said, I'm pretty sure... Oh, well, they actually have Superpower. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I can survive any Fairy move, but they actually have Superpower with Contrary, so they're going to get an attack and an attack and a defense boost. I think I should be able to survive a second Superpower, even though they're at +1 now, unless they're Terra Fighting. I'm just going to go ahead and Whirlwind here. They do go for that Superpower, and I take that really well. Yeah, Ting Lu is insanely tanky. This should give me my Citrus Berry as well, and I feel like this is a good opportunity, like I said, to Whirlwind. Ruination could be decent here, just weakening them a little bit more could help, but I really just don't want this thing to set up too much, because I probably die to the third Superpower unless I Terrasilize, and I'm not sure I want to Terrasilize this early. And if I die there, then whatever I go into will have a rough time against Enamorus. They go into Goldango. I think this is a good opportunity. I'm just going to go Earthquake. Honestly, I don't think it really matters what they do. They could Trick, which would be a little annoying, but if they Trick, then I get off some Earthquake damage on their Goldango, which I like. Maybe Ruination was a better play in case they do Trick. If I happen to... I mean, I wouldn't knock out Goldango in that case, so maybe that's fine. I was going to say, like, I guess if at any point they go back into Enamorus, then I'd be locked into Ruination, but either way... They could easily go right back into Enamorus here, but I'm not afraid of that, especially since I have the Whirlwind. If they do go into Enamorus, I honestly might just Whirlwind again. I mean, I could Ruination, but again, that just sets them up to just keep spamming Superpower, and I don't love that. So this is very annoying, I understand, but I'm just going to go ahead and Whirlwind. Actually, Draining Kiss, perhaps predicting the Whirlwind, and that recovers a lot of health. I mean, of course, Ting Lu has a massive HP stat. Draining Kiss is an interesting one, though, because it's not very strong. So they have superpower and draining kiss. I guess their thought process is they boost their stats with superpower, and then so they're super tanky, and then they can go for draining kiss to get some recovery. That makes some amount of sense. I'm just gonna Ruination here. I feel like they're a little more likely to just stay in this time, but you know, Ruination is not bad against Gholdengo either. So, all right, so they knock me out with the Make It Rain, and that doesn't tell me what item they have. So I'm not sure if they're like Choice Specs or Choice Scarf. Archaludon is a little bit tempting. I mean, both of these are tempting. With Salamence, we could set up a Dragon Dance. Possibly, like, they might switch. Otherwise, with Arch, if they're choiced and we get to switch into Arch, I think I like Arch here. The downside is, actually, maybe this was not great. The downside is my special attack stat is, or my special defense stat is not great. I don't know, maybe this was not the best play. They do switch though. If they go into Enamorus, we're in a great position here. They might not expect the Electro Shot. But if they go back into Gholdengo, we're kind of in some trouble, but we should knock them out here, which is great. And we get a special attack boost. If they go back into Gholdengo, unfortunately, I have to go for Electro Shot again, which is a 2-turn move, so that gives them time to kind of do other things. You know, they can just easily go for Shadow Ball, which probably is going to do a lot of damage, honestly. Maybe I have to Dragon Pulse or Flash Cannon. Wonder what item their Gholdengo has. I think it's pretty likely that their Gholdengo has, like I said, I feel like it's got to be Choice Scarf, maybe Choice Specs, but we'll see. My hope is they don't go into Gholdengo, but I feel like they will. What they don't know is that Gholdengo's pretty good against my Archaludon. But yeah, I might have to go for like Dragon Pulse or Flash Cannon just to get damage on them. I am at +1 special attack, which is pretty good. They're going, yeah, they are going into Gholdengo. If I go Electro Shot, it's a 2-turn move. Since I don't know what item they have, I just don't know if I ever survive that. Because if I go Electro Shot and they're like Choice Specs and they go Shadow Ball, or if they happen to be faster than me at all, I don't think I can survive 2 Shadow Balls regardless. Like if they're Choice Scarf or something. So this might look really weird, but I think I just got to go for one of these moves. And I think it's going to be Flash Cannon because it has a chance to lower their special defense. They do go for the Trick though, which I'm still fine with, because if they're like max speed with Trick, then they might be faster. If they're a timid nature, then they are going to be faster than me. But we're locked into Flash Cannon, which is a fine move to be locked into, because now if we survive now if we survive a Shadow Ball from them, we actually knock them out, so that's great. Wow, they go Nasty Plot. That was a weird play on their part. After seeing how much that first Flash Cannon did, I'm kind of surprised they did that, because obviously now I'm guaranteed to be faster than them. So yeah, they should have gone for Shadow Ball there. So we're 2v1 now. This is a great position. Let's see what they do. And that is Ogerpon. Now, on the one hand, I like this situation. I mean, we're locked into Flash Cannon, right? I'm not going to switch, but we have to decide whether we're going to Terrastalize or not. And I think we are, because, well, actually, you know what? That was stupid, actually. I'm sorry. That was really dumb. You know, once again, I've said this before, but Fairy takes neutral damage from Fire-type moves, and so does Dragon and Steel. So I actually should not have Terrastalized. This was a big mistake. I should not have Terrastalized, because now they can just eventually hit me with a Grass-type move without any issue. Although, I mean, I think Cudgel is still the best move for them to go for. They do resist the Flash Cannon, but once again, I'm at +1 special attack, so this should do solid damage. I guess my hope is that they don't go for like Trailblaze or something, so this could be a big problem if they have like the move Trailblaze, and then, I don't know, we'll see, everyone. We'll see what happens here. We don't survive. Wow, we actually do not survive at all. thanks to the attack boost from Embody Aspect. So here is the final turn of the battle, everyone. I'm gonna Intimidate them, which is gonna put them at neutral attack. If they have Play Rough, it's GG. If they have Rock Tomb, I also think it's GG. So I think we just need to go for Earthquake here. Wing Beat is, what, 120 base power, whereas this is 200? Yeah, we just go Earthquake here. I think we can survive a Play Rough. Oh, we're just faster. That's good to know. Perfect, perfect. Okay, cool. Nice, we get a win there with Salamence. I love me some Salamence. Salamence, another good reason why Salamence is good. That sounded weird. Another reason why Salamence is so good is because it's really good against Ogerpon. Like, it resists both of Ogerpon's stab, and then they have to have something like Rock Tomb or Play Rough to even hit you, and not all Ogerpons do. Hashtag not all Ogerpons. So, yeah, that was a fun game. Archaludon is great. Salamence is cute. Ting-Lu, awesome. So, yeah, let's go to the next. All right, everyone. So those were some funny ones, right? Am I right? That was a funny one. Now, I realize I ended up losing all 3 games today, so that's really unfortunate. So I apologize for not winning. Let me know what you think. I've said this before, probably. Like, I always feel like if I'm uploading games where I'm losing a lot, like, I don't know, I just feel like I hope they were still good games is my point. Like, as long as the content is enjoyable and, maybe it could be said that it doesn't matter who wins as long as, like, the team is shown off to some extent and good decisions are made. And I do feel like in these games, I definitely made my share of mistakes, but I do feel like in these games, I made decisions that mattered. I, in some cases, made good decisions. I always hope that a lot of my decisions are well informed, even though sometimes they are perhaps too well informed, which is really funny because, of course, there are cases where I overpredict. So it's a really interesting beast. But I hope you enjoyed the videos either way. I know that, hopefully the games were still okay again, even though I didn't win. But I'm fine with that. If I can show off a really cool team, let's actually pull it up right here, with Pokemon that you don't typically expect and maybe give other people ideas for things to try out. That's good to me. I'm happy about that, and that is fun to me. So in all honesty, I think this team was not great. Like, almost every Pokemon on this team is like a not super common Pokemon, which personally I like that, right? Like I said, I try not to oversaturate with just, Flutter Mane and Dragonite every game. I like those Pokemon, I like using them, but obviously it gets old. So let me know in the comments, this is a good opportunity if you want to let me know in the comments if there are any, like, I don't know, I guess what I'm asking is, like, are you okay with videos like this where I'm showing off a lot of, like, lesser used Pokemon? Because that's what I enjoy, but, if I'm not winning with these Pokemon, maybe I should try something else as well. If you are perfectly fine with me using just whatever works, which means, if you're okay with me using a lot of Flutter Mane and Dragonite and Goldango and stuff like that. I've used Flutter Mane, I've used Urshifu, I've used all of the top Pokemon at some point. So it's not like I never want to use them, but I just try to make teams that are fun, and I try to put thought into them so that I'm, like, highlighting Pokemon that you don't commonly see at all, because that's fun to me, and then trying to complement them with Pokemon I think are good. Like, for example, Vileplume. I think Vileplume is really well complemented by Suicune and Salamence, because I saw my Skarmories right here. The typing is really good, like, they cover each other's weaknesses pretty well, so that felt like a good core to me. And again, I test a lot on Showdown, and this team did okay on Showdown. Like, I won a good amount of games. I won enough games that I was like, okay, this seems worthy of building in my game. So either way, it's a fun team. I hope that you enjoyed it. Feel free to use it yourself. Maybe you'll play it better than I did. Maybe I should just be bringing Ting-Lu more. I actually didn't bring it in any of the games, but I still had a lot of fun, and I love showing off Vileplume. I still think Vileplume did some decent work that game. There were definitely teams that had a lot of Pokemon that were good against it, so even though Vileplume's solid in the meta overall because it's good against Urshifu and Dragonite, which are extremely common, it's not good against Ogerpon, not great against Chien-Pao, sometimes not great against Flutter Mane, so it definitely has its struggles, but I enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Also, please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. The next I probably have a couple other videos. Well, I have another video coming out that's not a battle video like this, but then the next battle video I do, I might just go back to another team that I've done, maybe make some changes to it. You know, try to bring a strong team this next time, but I love this team, so that's all that matters, right? Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.